Well, welcome into the Emporia FC YouTube channel. Black Lion faithful, as it is the home season finale for Emporia FC, the regular season, I should say. There is still postseason coming here for your Emporia FC Black Lions. Want to welcome you into the stream. I am the voice of Emporia FC, Tegan Terhune, high atop the Lions Den here at Emporia High School, as we are getting into things a little bit late. Sorry, hit some traffic trying to get back into town, but very excited for this matchup between your Emporia FC Black Lions taking on the KC Legends. We're going to go ahead and jump straight in to our starting lineups. For Emporia FC, we have defender number 4, Felipe Candido. Midfielder number 5, Miguel Rivera. Midfielder number 6, Alexa Musakic. Midfielder number 7, Hishar Fritas. Defender number 8, Kyle Lobo. Forward number 11, Carlos Noboa Molina, no better than Noboa. Defender number 12, Bernardo Debraldini. Number 16, defender Rafa Suarez. Number 21, forward Alex Almeida. 26, Patrick Alador. And number 31 in goal for your Black Lions, David Ferraro. Ferraro having a great showing during Emporia FC's last matchup that ended in a 1-1 tie just a few short days ago. Ferraro actually, took a shot below the belt, kept on ticking, did not slow down whatsoever. Taking a look up at the starting lineup here for the KC Legends, they will have Dom Alvarado, Andric Miguel, Martin Figueroa, Camilo Sandoval, Hugh Sikis, Cruz Adape, Ahoyo Victor, Marco Venezio, Luca Nicotra, Caden Sherry, Vinny Bartolotti, Alan Natarin, Andres Shikaria, Max Roberts, David Hernandez, and Gabe Bustamante. Those are your starting lineups for our two teams here tonight. Again, big implications on the line. Now, the Emporia FC Black Lions have secured their place in the postseason, but with 3 points here tonight, a big win, they could actually leapfrog a few teams and take a better spot in the standings come postseason play starting next week. Looking very forward to that possibility, and it's certainly looking forward to a Black Lion win here tonight, as I think we're going to have a special guest joining us here on the headset. No way. They got us the very best in the business. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in to the headset here for our color analyst tonight. It's the one, the only, it's Luan Nascimento. Luan, pleasure to have you here on the headset.
Pleasure to be here, commentating for a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're happy to have you. First and foremost, how are you feeling? We know you were dealing with a bit of an injury. Don't want to get too much into that, but how are you feeling right now?
Feeling a lot better already. I'll be back next week for sure, practicing.
Very good. Well, no time better than right at the start of the postseason. So
that's
exactly.
for sure.
Very
Playoffs
happy.
And everything.
Yes, sir.
Excited to be back in a little bit.
Well, we're happy to have you back, and we're happy to have you joining us here for tonight's match. Definitely going to love to hear your thoughts on how things are going. And, hey, just breathe easy, and we're going to have a good time. We're just going to be having a conversation as Emporia FC will be on defense to start things off here. KC Legends going to have possession to begin the match as our very own Gabe Diaz-Serrano gets the crowd pumped up and excited here for this one. I do realize we have the wrong overlay there for tonight's matchup. Again, must apologize. It's been a heck of a day here in Lion Land, as we've been a little busy trying to get things set up here. So we appreciate your patience, and certainly hope that we can get things going and done here very quickly. But nonetheless, Luan, as we get set for this matchup, we get underway, you know, how do you feel about the Lions' play going into this regular season finale?
Feeling really well. I think the team's gained a lot of confidence, especially in the last 5-6 games. In 5 games, we only conceded 1 goal. We got 5 wins. So, no, 5 wins and 1 tie. So feeling pretty confident, feeling really good. I think we're going to come in strong on playoffs.
I would argue that Tuesday night's matchup here in the Lions' Den was probably one of the tougher ones that you guys have faced so far this season. But
yeah,
again,
that's for sure.
You pull it out at the very end with a stoppage time goal, something that's become a bit of a habit for you guys as of late this season.
Yes, something that it's really nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Of course, we want to score earlier, but our strikers doing the best that they can,
Absolutely.
even late scoring and bringing us the tie, the victory. They're playing really good.
Absolutely. Again, the Black Lions already have secured a spot in the postseason. Just trying to
Hmm.
see exactly where they'll be in the seedings with tonight's matchup,
Yes.
as a lot to play for still here tonight. And again, it's impressive when you consider the fact that this team a year ago did not have but one victory
Hmm.
in the whole season. I mean, Luan, you've been around this team for a little while now. How have you felt about how the team has come together over the last 2 seasons as Emporia FC battling for possession right near midfield?
Amazing. Like seeing the development of players that we had last year, like Richard, Caio, Alexa. We played together last year, seeing how much they got better.
Yeah.
Seeing the talent that coach got for us this year too, with new players like Carlos, Felipe in the back, David, the goalkeeper. Like it's really amazing. And
Well,
just the experience that we had last year combined with new talent, it's what's giving us the good results
it's a
this
good
year.
mixture.
It is.
Very good mixture. As again, we are happy to have Luan Nascimento joining us here as our color analyst for tonight's matchup. Again, just healing up before the postseason, so happy to have him here as Emporia FC regains possession in their own zone now, trying to clear it out. There's Noboa. Noboa with that fancy footwork, getting around the defenders, taking a little swipe at it there was Martin Figueroa. He won't be able to take it away. Now we get a little bit of a trip up there on Alex Almeida. He manages to stay on his feet as Noboa sends it down the other way. That's going to be Patrick Aludor with it.
Mm.
Aludor sends it to Noboa. Noboa with an opportunity, gets hung up, passes it away. Another chance here. Shot on goal, save
Ay.
by KC Legends. And that was a great opportunity here for Emporia FC. And Luan, I feel like already we're seeing a tremendous turnaround from Emporia FC from what we saw on
Hmm.
Tuesday. They were struggling
They
to
were.
get into the midfield.
Hmm. Not today. It's like really good play right now by Carlos, getting off the pressure, switching the game. Really, really good.
Yeah, absolutely. As a ball will go out of play. Last touch by Emporia FC. So KC Legends will have a throw in here. Doing the honors there will be Caden Sherry. Sherry throws it, and it's booted out of play there by Emporia FC's Felipe Candido. Again, playoff implications on the line here tonight. Emporia FC already guaranteed a spot in the postseason, but where do they land? That's going to be the question. Emporia FC, also worth noting, since I had to skip my pregame, I was flying in off the highway trying to get here on time and get everything set up. But something I was going to note in the pregame is Emporia FC is riding a 5-game winning, a 5-game unbeaten streak at
Yeah.
least. 4 wins, 1 tie, have not lost since over a month at this point. That's got to give you a lot of confidence going into this final matchup, Luan.
No, that's for sure. And that's what we gotta set the standards for playoffs. We
Mm.
are already in a unbeaten streak. We want to.
Noboa with a shot on goal. It goes past the
Ooh,
keeper, but
close.
out of bounds.
No, but that's what we want. We want to set the standard of playing really well, of putting pressure on the opponents,
Hmm.
and that's what we're striving for the next few games.
Absolutely. Well, when you have a duo in goal like yourself and David, you're hard to beat, and you guys have proven that. You've been a
Yeah.
great 1-2 combination here for
Hmm.
Emporia FC. Again, I know you would rather be out there on the field than sitting up here with me, but I do appreciate having you
No, of
nonetheless.
course.
As ball getting booted out of play there, and the keeper set to send it away. Bit of a line drive shot right up the
Hmm.
middle. It goes to Rafa Suarez. Suarez sends it to Aludor, who gets a little shoulder in the back, pushed off the ball, but doesn't do much as Noboa gets it back now. It's sent back to midfield. KC still in control. And it seems like that midfield matchup is really going to be the difference maker here, Luan, is that's where the
Hmm.
ball's getting hung up a lot here in the early going.
Yeah. And we definitely have a lot of quality in the midfield. If we can get those 1-2 passes, getting off pressure, our back two, like
Hmm.
right now coming out playing, we have a lot of quality. I think we can
Well, we saw
we can
Emporia
be the best ones
FC
today.
We saw Emporia FC really use the long ball in the last game as Almeida, nice little fancy footwork there, puts it right through the legs. Noboa picks it up, shot on goal, just off the shin of a defender coming in there to make the save for KC. I believe that's Marco Benzio, as he just flew in out of nowhere. I didn't think anybody was faster than Carlos Noboa, but we found somebody who's maybe just as equally quick on his feet. as that will lead to a corner kick here for Emporia FC, which they've been very strong with as well throughout this season,
Mm-hmm.
as Rafa Suarez will be the one taking the honors. Suarez. Good service in and just boots it off the heel. That'll lead to a goal kick here for KC Legends. And well, that ball getting hung up in the netting a little bit there.
Twice.
Almost 3 times the lady there,
Finally.
but they finally got it free. Nothing like a little levity during an important game.
Mm-hmm.
Keeper set to send it away, and he boots it right out of
Ooh.
bounds into his own bench. That, don't think that was the
Not a pretty
plan that
sight.
he had there, no. As we've gone over the 7-minute mark here at 7:09. No score as of yet, and I do want to remind everybody that in the last game, we went almost through the entirety of regulation before a goal was scored. In the 72nd minute,
What
Sporting
a cross.
Wichita. Great cross there. Shot by Noboa.
Ah.
Stopped by KC.
We're seeing a lot of chances right now, just missing that little bit of accuracy in the last shot.
I talked about this with Luis Almeida, who joined me for the last 2 games. I said, the law of averages, at some point, that ball is going to find its way through.
Mm-hmm.
And Emporia doing a great job of putting a lot of high-volume shots on target right now.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Well, a slide tackle attempt there by Bernardo Deberaldini is not quite what the referee wanted to see, and he's going to say free kick here to KC Legends. Again, doing the honors for the Legends, that will be Caden Sherry. He sends it almost down into the box. It's headed away by Emporia FC. There's Candido. Candido sends it back, and we have a head party going on right now. A little bit of a lob right there. David will easily handle that one. And I think right now Ferraro is the calm before the storm. He looks very poised right now. Hasn't really had to face much pressure yet, but we saw a lot more pressure come his way on Tuesday night, especially later in the game. Ferraro now shifting to the left side of that goal as the ball comes back into play. Great defense there by Deberaldini to box out his man and let the ball roll out, giving Ferraro the free goalie kick here, and I think he'll just go ahead and keep it short. And correct me if I'm wrong, Luan, but it looks like Emporia getting back into their tiki-taka style that we were used to seeing a little bit more comfortably than we've seen the last few games.
Yeah.
Noboa basically gets held by Sherry. No foul is called. Then Sherry comes in and pushes Hishard Frites off the ball. Somebody told the guys they're playing soccer, not hockey, right? Dribbling with it now for the KC Legends is Camilo Sandoval. Goes out of bounds, and Alexa Musikic will throw it in there. Goes to Miguel Rivera, who we're very happy to see back out.
And that's especially one of the reasons that we're playing so good in the midfield. And
oh yeah,
just back to the tiki-taka, like you said, he's a really important part of our midfield, and it's really good to have him back.
Yeah, and I think that, again, you come away with the tie on Tuesday night, but I think you could see that while it maybe wasn't the whole part of the story, they were definitely missing Miguel out there on Tuesday night. Little chitter chatter here as KC sends it back towards the Emporia way. Good header there by Rafa Suarez. Hishard Frites, never afraid to put his body on the line, starts boxing some guys out, sends it back to Rafa. Rafa now trying to send it up the way of the boundary, and Frites getting in there. There comes Patrick Alador. Alador gets free with it. Alador, not a guy you want to meet in the midfield because he's not afraid to run through you if he has to. Very aggressive style player, but that's the kind of guy you want. Is Noboa now in a foot race with Sherry. Sherry will kick it up and send it back to the goalkeeper. Musikic trying to intercept, not fast enough. KC gets it back. There's it goes off the foot of Sherry. As Almeida trying to regain possession, and it's sent back to midfield by the Legends. Ooh. That been an offside? Doesn't matter as Noboa another beat on the goalkeeper, and it goes off the post! Noboa, another great look. This time the post said no. Been stopped twice. And that time, the soccer gods weren't really on his side. But
no, they were not.
Again, though, if anybody can put it through, it's Noboa we say no better than Noboa. Over 11 minutes played here so far in this first half. Still no score. Again, thank you for tuning in to our coverage here of Emporia FC Soccer on the Emporia FC YouTube channel at the home finale of the regular season here. Emporia FC looking to get a victory over KC Legends to close out the regular season on a winning streak, as they have been unbeatable thus far. Even when it seemed like they were maybe going to be put away, they come back nonetheless. And, well, shoot, we just have all the special guests in attendance here tonight, as I just see Flint Hills Technical College President Karen Darty walking in here with her wonderful husband as they've come to check out the festivities. So there you go. We've got a lot of celebs in the house here tonight. That just goes to show Emporia FC, it's the best show in town right now. You got to get on out here. Huh? Why don't you calm down a little bit, okay? We got some fans wanting to be elevated a little bit here. All right, let's keep it calm, okay? You're a legend when I say no. I'm just kidding. We do appreciate everybody tuning in, but also everybody here in attendance tonight. It's been a great turnout each game so far, as Emporia back on the attack now, getting knocked off the ball there. They shoot again, and another stop by the keeper. And so far, Emporia has really put up all of the opportunities. The stop will lead to the ball going out of bounds, which means we go back to the corner. Rafa Suarez, again, setting up. He's been doing a great job of really crossing those balls in, getting great chances. See what he can do here. Can we break the scoreless tie?
That's for sure. A lot of quality on his crosses.
Yes. Puts it up. It's high. Ball bounces around. Couple of headers. A little bit of a last-minute shot there. No good, but you can hear some of the faithful here calling for a handball violation, and they're not going to give it. Patrick Alador keeps it in the box, and it goes off his hind end and out of bounds. So it goes to a goal kick here for KC. Well, the fans here wanted the handball violation. I can't say I disagree with them. I think that was definitely the right call. Unfortunately, it wasn't made. That's a tough one. I mean, you got that many bodies in the way. You got one referee right there. It's it's a difficult call to make. Ball goes out of play yet again. Last touch by the KC Legends. Emporia FC will regain here. 14 minutes gone in this first half. Still 0-0 in the Emporia FC regular season finale. Again, looking to clinch a win and 3 more points, possibly move up the standings here, get a better positioning in the seeds. My memory serves me correctly, currently in the 6th seed right now.
I think so.
Yeah. Could move up to possibly as high as maybe the 4th, possibly the 3rd seed. I haven't had a chance to look at all the standings just yet, but believe could move them up to as high as 3. That would be pretty good. I'd be pretty happy with that.
Me too.
Get at least one home game. Goes off the body of Deboraldini. Deboraldini now crosses it.
Ooh, really good one.
Good passing here by Emporia FC, just trying to open something up the middle. Rivera sends it to Noboa. Noboa. Short pass goes in. An opportunity here on goal. Fired in. Goal! Oh.
Offside.
Offside.
That's
the
not
call.
fair.
I don't know if I have another one of those in me, so that's. I got a little lightheaded, I'm not going to lie.
No, yes, you do. You need to have at least 5 more today.
Well, yet again, another quality chance there for Emporia FC, stymied by things out of their control. As right now, and Luan, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but KC Legends not really competing with Emporia. They're just getting the lucky breaks right now. And Almeida gets the pass from Noboa, back to Noboa, crosses the side. That one is in, and good. Emporia FC goes up 1-0 over the KC Legends. Wow, Gabe Serrano.
That was really good.
Gabe Serrano showing off the windpipe there. Alexa Music makes it 1-0 Emporia in the 15th minute of play. Great job by Music, who, well, to put it mildly, was very disappointed with himself in the last outing because he felt like he had some great opportunities he wasn't able to capitalize on. That one has to feel good. Gets the
It
first
does.
one, especially after how many shots they had and how many times it either got called back or just denied by some weird circumstance. That's
Yeah.
got to be a great feeling for Music.
Especially after those scissors that he tried, that everybody was calling handball.
Mm-hmm.
It feels good to score.
Yeah, absolutely. Emporia FC not going to be content with just the one goal. We've seen them score as many as 6 in a single night. See what they can do here. Streaking down the side.
Ooh.
Good feed down low. Noboa has it, being collapsed on by 2 KC Legends, and KC going to be just content with putting it out of play. Well, I guess that's one way to stop the momentum. Do you see that very often where they'll just go ahead and kick it out of play to stop the momentum right there, or do you
It
usually try
happens
and
a
see them?
lot. Especially when there's that much pressure the whole game like we're doing right now. They oof,
Another shot on
yeah,
goal.
not
This
hard
one
enough.
stopped. Again, if you're just tuning in, Emporia FC leads the regular season finale here in the first half of play thanks to a goal by Alexa Music, El Capitan, in the 15th minute of play, coming up on minute number 18 here in the first. We do appreciate you tuning in here for our coverage of Emporia FC as Music battling there with Luca Nicotra. Possession regained here by Deborah Aldini, and Deborah Aldini has been one heck of a force there in the midfield tonight, Luan.
A lot of tackles, a lot of repossessions, playing really well.
Patrick Aludor has it now. He'll send it back to Rafa Suarez. Suarez, the Brazilian, sends it to Rivera. And Rivera going to send it back to David Ferraro. You seeing something down there?
Yes.
Talk to me. What are you seeing, Luan?
Now just switching the play because it came from the left side.
Mhm.
Most of the time there's space on the right side, and I was just seeing Beraldini here open. And it's really different not being down there because I would be screaming switch, switch, but I was just silently pointing.
Hey, that's the good
Pass right
thing.
here.
That's the good thing about being an analyst. You can scream, and hey, no matter whether or not somebody hears you, you're still being heard by something.
That's true.
Hiab Sifkis puts the first shot on goal there
Ooh.
for KC, and Ferraro dives for it, but didn't need to as it went wide to the left.
But
As we
apparently
see it.
somebody touched it. It's a corner kick.
You are correct. It looks like Ferraro did get a fingertip on it, so the KC Legends will have a chance here from the corner. Camilo Sandoval will send it in. Do want to say to the KC Legends, thank you. You are true legends. They actually got us numbers with the names here tonight, so we're not guessing. Thank you, guys. That's the only time you'll hear me give them gratitude. Now the cross doesn't work, and then trying to get it back. Emporia FC has it go off the shin, and another corner coming from the opposite side now here for the Legends. Just crossed the 20-minute mark, halfway point, or a little, almost the halfway point, I should say, of the first half. Noboa wanted a handball violation again. I don't think he'll get it there. I believe it did just hit the shoulder as Rivera staying right in the face of Dom Alvarado, forcing it out of play. So Sherry will come in for KC to throw it back in here. But good job there by Rivera, staying right in Alvarado's face. He is definitely, he had that one-game suspension. He's definitely glad to be back on the pitch, and he's playing like it. Noboa knocks down a pass. He's got speed going the opposite direction. He's got Almeida off to his right side.
Ooh.
Almeida pushes around,
Ah.
and the ball is snatched up by the keeper, but the whistle blew beforehand. I think they're going to call Almeida. Gave a little bit of a shove, trying to make his way there to the goal. And hey, I mean, come on, ref. He's just trying to
Score.
make a play. Just trying to make a play. That's all it was. Just a little love tap. Just gave him a love tap. Certainly, we can make an exception for love.
Of course.
Apparently not. As the ball sent back down. Freites with a reverse kick there. Sends it back to Noboa. Noboa trying to work it past midfield. Now it's intercepted again by KC, this time on the foot of Cruz Adape. Goes back to
Ooh.
Noboa, who collides with Rivera. Both smiling just a little bit as KC back on the attack, now going the opposite direction. It's Ahoy Victore. Ahoy, ahoy. Carlos tried to get it back. Gets to midfield. Now Music has it. Goes to Candido. Candido. Going to cross at the opposite side of the field. Goes to Hafa. Hafa. Not the biggest guy out there, but he plays like he's 6'5". I mean, really.
Like he's 7 foot. The quality that he has and the way he shows himself on the field, it's crazy.
Yeah, Hafa's not afraid to get in there and mix it up. That is for sure. It's something we've talked about a lot here over the course of the season. And Lawan, when you got a guy like that who sometimes doesn't know his own size and isn't afraid to push somebody around a little bit, you got to feel more comfortable in goal, knowing that you got someone like that that's going to do everything they can to stop the opposition.
No, that's for sure. Especially playing on the back, close to me, it feels really good having somebody that confident that plays that well.
Could almost say you're happy to have Hafa.
Of course.
That's going to be another slogan right there. We're going to make happy for Hafa shirts right there.
I would buy one.
Anybody else? Anybody else would buy one? Yep, we got some hands raised here in the crowd. Very good. Vic, all I'm saying is you want to hire me as the marketing manager, I'm here for it. Noboa trying to get it back now. He's tangled up there with Martin Figueroa. Slide tackle there by Noboa. Doesn't really come up with too much, but still stops the attack for the moment, but it's back on now. Figueroa sends it wide. I think it may have been deflected by Candido. See what the official says. No, they're going to say missed him entirely and rolled out of bounds. We have a goal kick coming here from David. See, I'm getting a little bit better with the name. I remember I was always calling him David, and someone said, it's David. And I'm like, I know, but I forget. Like, sorry.
It's not easy to remember all of those names.
No. It was easy to remember the name. I always forget the pronunciation. It's been so long since I've had so many Brazilians to announce. So. Music got into a foot race, and then, Aludor looks like he took one right to the bread basket there. Do want to clarify, bread basket is the stomach, ladies and gentlemen. Get your minds out of the gutter. As our camera operator, Ashley Rios, over here giggling. It's not as dirty as it sounds. It's the stomach. It's the stomach region, not the other area. Do want to say thank you to Ashley for stepping in here the last couple of games as Javen Arndt, our usual camera operator, has been on vacation celebrating his recent high school graduation. Again, Javen, congratulations. Appreciate all that you do. Can't wait to have you back and hear all about your trip to Cancun. As Aludor now trying to chase it down on the boundary line. It's knocked out of bounds there by the KC Legends. Aludor will have the throw in. He's got Almeida. And he'll swap it over to Hafa. Hafa looking for an open man. That's easier said than done. KC providing great coverage here as he gets Hishai Freites. Freites back to Hafa. Hafa now trying to break through that defensive line. It goes to Rivera. To Noboa. Hafa had to stretch for it, but he gets it, and then he just boots it the other way. And,
just a little bit too much.
Yeah, and there's nobody there around to really pick it up. "25 minutes gone in this first half. 20 of regulation remain. Hasn't been much stoppage in this one. It's been very fast-paced thus far, aside from the one goal that was scored by Emporia FC in the 15th minute. Definitely a much faster-paced game than we saw on Tuesday, where there was a lot of stoppages.
A lot of falls, a lot of free kicks.
Yeah.
That's for sure. The ref was really technical, so any contact she was calling, really different than the one today that we have.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Throw in. Goes to Emporia FC. Freites, nice cross across the field. Sets up Noboa. Noboa just needs to beat one man. He decides to pull up. He'll kick it left side. Almeida collides with another player, and they both go down. Can't see the number on the KC Legend, but I do know that's Alex Almeida, and Almeida has been taking a couple hits here over the last few games. Did mention we have some special people in the audience here tonight. I want to say a special shout out to my beautiful wife sitting just down the way from us here. Also, my father-in-law who made the trip in from Jefferson City, Missouri, helping us around the house here this weekend. Very happy to have him here, and happy Father's Day to you, Joe. Thanks for coming down to Emporia. We're glad we're going to get to spend at least a portion of it with you. So, always got to make time for family, and family's got to make time for you. My family certainly does that, and I appreciate them being here tonight. Adape sends it back to Sherry. Sherry now back up the way to Adape. Candido, great interception. Tries to send it up to Music. Music trying to get past Sandoval. Sandoval throws Music down, and we finally get a whistle. After what would have probably been the equivalent of half a round of MMA right there, we finally.
Really good switch.
Yeah. Aludor. Back to Rafa Suarez. Suarez to Rivera. Rivera circles around, trying to shake off the defender. Goes left side, loses possession. I believe that's Almeida. And KC has it back. Now, the Legends, again, have struggled to really do anything past midfield if they've gotten it past there. Emporia FC doing a great job of closing down all the avenues as Candido now realizes he has a pursuer. Speeds up a little bit. Getting pushed off the ball. He gets put down to the ground, and the whistle follows. A little frustration there shown by Cruz Adape of KC.
And that's something that Felipe does really well every single time, defending the ball and waiting for contact and waiting for that fall. He did that a bunch of times last game and doing it again.
Max Roberts will come in for KC. Off the pitch comes Ahoy Victore. Roberts, pretty lanky guy right there. I put him at about maybe 6'1". But he got those longer legs too, Luan. I mean, being able to have those longer strides, keep up with the pace of the ball, that gives you a bit of an advantage. He kind of matches up with Miguel pretty well in that regard. I'd put them at about equal size. Those two get into a foot race. I mean, really, that's going to be an interesting sight to see.
Let's see who is going to win.
Long legs make for a shorter distance, but see who can close it faster.
Don't say that to Carlos. He has
fair
short
enough.
legs, but he's
fair enough.
really fast.
Yeah, but Carlos was built in a laboratory somewhere,
that's
so
for sure.
he's an exception to the rule. As Noboa has it right there. He's turning on the Jets a little bit, trying to get around the defender. He's got an opening. He's got a window. Gets cut off at the corner. Tries to cross it around. It's cleared out by KC, but a good attack there by Noboa. And just as you say,
like we just said, made in a lab.
Yep, he was made in a laboratory. You'll never convince me otherwise. That guy is not human. Got all the talent you could possibly want. Also, one of the most humble people you'll ever meet is Noboa again.
That's for sure.
Trying to press the attack. But I could say the same about a lot of our people on that pitch for Emporia FC. We have pretty much a who's who of talented players. Have yet to meet anybody that I would say is not humble, not respectful. We have a very good core group of guys, not just based on their talent, but based on their personalities as well. And that includes my present company to my left here, in Luan Nascimento.
Thank you.
You are very welcome.
No, but that's
you
for
can
sure.
slide
we
me
have
my
a really
$25
group.
later. But
Hey.
You were saying, I'm sorry.
No, just saying that we have a really good group. Everybody really respectful, and that's what makes us have a really good chemistry on the field too. Everybody knows each other. Everybody's really respectful, so
absolutely
it helps a lot.
Well, and I think the one thing too is even when you are maybe playing against each other, you know, we saw on the team scrimmage a few weeks ago, y'all are ready to go at it. It doesn't matter who you're playing against. But what I loved is even after the final whistle was blown, we had a little shootout there. Everybody was there to shake hands and talk to each other as Deborah Aldini just gets bodied to the ground. No whistle as David Ferraro will pick it up. Again, David allowing just one goal on Tuesday night's game against Sporting Wichita. And that came after he took a very, very tough shot to the lower extremities made it
Hmm.
difficult for him to kind of move from left to right. And I asked him about that afterwards, if that was a factor in that goal going in. He said, I think it was because I just didn't feel like I could move as fast. Doesn't seem like it's affecting him here tonight. He's had plenty of time to rest, and it seems like it's done him well.
Hmm.
Now, some might argue he hasn't really faced any dangerous shots yet,
Yeah.
but
No, but he's
nonetheless,
feeling a lot better. During warm up, we were talking about it, and he said that he's feeling better.
he shot, trying to send it down the other way. Heads up, here it comes. Is it going to get to us? Nope, nope, it stopped bouncing. Darn it. Thought we were going to get to see you in action there. If that ball comes flying up, I expect fast hands, Luan.
You're gonna see me again next week
Yes, sir.
if everything goes right.
Look forward to seeing that. The return of Luan Nascimento to the pitch after injury earlier in the week. Rivera tried to get a touch on it. Aludor now going to press. And KC, again, just trying to cleanly get through the midfield, which has been easier said than done for them here tonight as he goes back to Sherry. He sends it across the way. Sherry regains it. He'll send it to the left to Adape. Adape sends it up the middle. Trying to chase it down was Max Roberts, but I think he knew if he tried to go for it and got the touch, he probably was going to be offsides. Candido to Rivera. See, I'm very proud that I'm able to say that because I'll be honest, I was like Ted Lasso at the start of this. I still couldn't figure out the offsides rule. I feel like I've got a better understanding of it, but I also don't know for sure.
Maybe you got a better understanding, but the linesman didn't, because I don't think that was offside.
Yeah, offside
That was a
whistled the
really good pass
opposite
by
direction.
Carlos.
Yeah, didn't get it. Not much they can do there. The official saw it as he saw it, but we'll call that one questionable.
No, but definitely proud of you, because the offside rule is something really
Well,
confusing
let
in
me
the
be very
beginning.
clear. I appreciate you saying that, but don't be too proud. I still don't understand it for.
That's better than most people.
I feel like I need to hire somebody just to be my offside person and just to give me like 2 taps on the shoulder if they're good, 1 tap if they're not. Eventually I'll figure it out, but yeah, no. See, like I've said before, in hockey, very simple. You skate past the blue line before the puck, you're offsides. Football, you flinch when somebody growls at you, offsides.
Offside.
Soccer, whatever. Do love the game. Those Noboa gets into a foot race yet again, this time with Sherry, but he won't be able to catch up to the ball in time. Keeper sends it back out to play. Music gets it back, dribbles behind, and gets slid into, and ooh, boy.
Ay.
Ooh, I think he took that one right off the toes, and
That one really hurts.
yeah, you can hear him screaming in pain there. So yeah, that did not feel good. Alex is not the kind of guy that's he's not going to emote unless there's something to emote about,
Hmm.
and he was emoting pretty strong there. Alan Nateran coming out here for the Legends. Looks like coming off the pitch, trying to read the number there. It's a long distance, and I'm old.
20 coming out.
I believe that is 20. You are correct. That is Marco Venzio. As Alan Nateran now in.
But really weird to see already 2 subs.
Yeah,
Only
very
35
early.
minutes. Nah, not common at all.
Well, we know Coach Victor Ibarra is a bit of a, what would you call, conservative when it comes to substitutions. Usually won't start doing that until
Until it's needed.
it's needed, and usually not until the second half. I can't really
Hmm.
recall a time during the regular season we've seen him make many changes. He's very comfortable with the starting 11 that he has.
Hmm. Usually around 70, 75, that's when he starts making some changes.
Yeah. Saw him doing some frequent changes during the preseason as Patrick Aludor gets bodied to the ground. And again, Aludor is not the kind of guy you want to get into a confrontation with.
Mm-mm.
So,
No.
hey, I applaud the individual who stuck the leg out there. You're braver than me because I'm not going to try that game. I've stood next to Patrick during a matchup again at the scrimmage, and that guy radiates intensity. I was afraid to talk to him for a minute. And then you start talking to him after like everything's settled. He's the nicest guy in the world.
He really
Just
is.
he's very intense, and I think Coach Victor Ibarra, I talked to him about that a little bit. He said that's the kind of guy you want. He's the kind of guy that you love to play with, and everyone else hates to play against, and that's the kind of
Hmm.
team he likes.
And that's exactly what we need.
Absolutely, and that's exactly what we would have, I would say. Noboa on the goal line, worked it
Ooh,
over to Deberaldini. He fires one. It goes right off the toe of the keeper.
really good save.
Big time save, and he has been earning his paycheck here tonight. That one sent back towards the keeper. Easy stop right there. Sends it back. Aludor collects the loose ball, gets bodied to the ground, and another whistle here from the official. And Aludor, again, he's not been afraid to mix it up there. He's never afraid to get into the middle of the scrum. 37 minutes now played here in the first half. Again, our camera operator, Ashley Rios, saying to us, dang. It's like, yeah, it goes by fast.
He really does.
You'd be amazed when you're just talking for minutes upon minutes upon minutes how quickly time flies when you're having fun. Or when you just really need a drink of water. You get dry mouth real fast. That one just a great free kick opportunity, but Freitas sent it to the moon and back.
Field goal.
Did that one go through the uprights?
Mm-hmm.
3 points. I say we do a little mix and match here. Let's take some American football rules, mix them in with some soccer rules, and just call it good. And the first rule we'll mix into there is any field goal is good.
It is.
3 points right there. Boom, bang, dang,
Ooh.
done. Noboa, one-on-one with the keeper. He gets tripped up. Ball comes free. He fires. It
Oh
goes
my
right
God.
off the face of Sherry. And KC recovers, and Noboa, yikes. I can't believe that wasn't whistled. He basically got dragged down by his foot. I think the official was going to say he got tangled up and it was incidental. I don't know if I agree with that one bit, but nonetheless, Carlos Noboa, another brilliant opportunity, just robbed. Almeida heads it back to Music. Music
Switch it.
goes to Noboa. Switch
Really
it
good.
left side. Goes to Rafa Suarez. Suarez. Now one-on-one. It gets kicked out from under him right there. Getting it free, I believe. Believe that is, I can't read the number quite clearly.
Almost sure that was number 5.
That'd be Max Roberts. As Noboa off those fancy feet yet again. He's trying to get ahead of KC, and KC going to go ahead and drop back a little bit. Stolen away now by Freitas. Freitas has been an absolute pest for KC. Now he's got a good break. Gives it to Aladour, who just whiffs on it.
Try.
Almeida gets free, and he gets tripped up in the box. No call. Another no call there by the official as another Emporia FC player gets battered to the ground in the box as we're coming up on the 40th minute of play. Boy, I hope halftime Coach Ibarra's got some juice boxes and ibuprofen because his guys have been taking it to the body all game.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody just got that. Thank you. No better combination than Capri Suns and ibuprofen, ladies and gentlemen. You can mark my words on that. Another shot on goal. This one easily scooped up by the defender, but again, I haven't been able to keep track of exactly how many shots have been fired, but Emporia FC, I got to think, is approaching double figures with that one as we are well over the 40-minute mark, approaching 40 and a half played here in the first. Emporia FC up 1-0 over the KC Legends. That ball skyrocketed upwards, headed away by Candido. That one, oof. That didn't feel good.
That's something that I couldn't do right now.
What's that? Yeah, no, you do not need to be doing that.
No.
Especially from that distance. That thing might as well have fallen out of an airplane the way he hit that. Good Lord. Cruz Adape sends it back to Sherry. Sherry having to put that hand up. The sunlight coming in towards their attacking position as it now goes onto the feet of Martin Figueroa. Figueroa sends it up the way. A little bit of a lob. It's headed away by Candido. Following in suit there is Rivera. And back at midfield are the KC Legends. Again, they've struggled to get through and stay through as Noboa has it now. Nice move there by Carlos Noboa. Can't get around him, though, as again, that sunlight really starting to peek through here through the clouds, and that's going to probably hamper KC's efforts a little bit more. Noboa off the chest pass there from Music. Goes to De Berardini, back to Noboa. Now, Carlitos sends it up and coming out to make the save. Keeper for KC. Again, trying to see the number there. I believe that is number 11. I believe that's Dom Alvarado, the goalkeeper. But I can't make out if that is the number 11 or the number 1, even with my glasses.
One more.
Music. Trying to get inside the box. That ball gets sent up towards us. Man, that shook the whole stands right there. 2.5 minutes of regulation remain as we approach over 42.5 played. And Carlos Noboa goes down, and another whistle here by the official. This time he gets the whistle, but not in the box. As Noboa reaching down, grabbing at his legs. He got kicked right in the shin. And for anybody who's never played a contact sport, when you take one off the shin, you feel like the whole world is collapsing in on you. There's no pain worse.
There's not.
No. I'll tell you this. I have broken my foot. I've broken my wrist. I've broken my ankle. I've broken my toes. I would rather do that than get hit in the shin any day of the week.
It is terrible.
It's awful. That's right, Ashley. I had a life before you knew me. I lived dangerously once before I got fat and out of shape. Hashtag McDonald's. Thank you. Did my math wrong a little bit there. I said 2.5 minutes. I believe it was 3.5 minutes was remaining. My apologies there. Again, I'm here to talk, not do math, and I shouldn't try and do either one. Or at least not at the same time. Free kick was awarded here to Emporia FC after the foul against Carlos Noboa. Rafa Suarez will take it. See what he tries to do here. Crosses it in. Great beat on the ball there for Frites, but just a half step behind.
And those are really good crosses. Those ones that bounce before the keeper, they're really good. Really confusing.
I'll take your word on it as, of course, Tegan Terhune, the voice of Emporia FC, being joined here on the headset by the one and only Luan No Nascimento, goalkeeper for Emporia FC, just nursing a injury ahead of the postseason, just taking a little extra rest. Decided to join us up here on the headset, so appreciate Luan for his expertise, and also thank you to Coach Victor Ibarra for sending him up our way. Noboa now on the boundary line, gets tripped up again. This time it will result in a whistle as we have 30 seconds remaining in regulation here in the first half. 44.5 minutes played. Rafa Suarez. We've seen how good he is with those crosses. See what he can do. Sends it in. Good service. Goes off of a stomach, I believe, and Emporia FC settles it back down. Shot on goal. Getting the hand on it there was Alvarado.
What a save.
That was an incredible save. You got to give him credit. This time, instead of crossing, Rafa will just go short to Alador. Alador goes back to Rafa, and we get another foul called against KC as we are over the 45-minute mark here. In the first half, Emporia leading 1-0 over the KC Legends. Waiting for the official word on how much added time we'll have. No stoppage as of yet, according to our man on the ground, Gabe Diaz-Serrano. Can't imagine it would be an exorbitant amount of time, considering there hasn't been a lot of stoppage. Suarez sends it in again. Knocked away by the keeper, and that's going to do it, I believe, for the first half of play.
Mm-hmm.
We're halfway through the action here tonight. Current score is Kansas City Legends 0, your Emporia FC Black Lions 1. As we head into the break, let's take a moment to recharge, stretch those legs.
Well, with that being said, Emporia FC leads it 1-0 at the halftime break. We will go ahead and step aside for a moment, catch our breath, and be back with more here from Emporia High School and the Lions Den. You are watching Emporia FC Soccer right here on the official Emporia FC YouTube channel. And we welcome you back inside of the Lions Den here at Emporia High School. Tegan Terhune, of course, joined by Luan No Nascimento on the headset here tonight. We appreciate you tuning in to our coverage of Emporia FC soccer. Again, this is the grand finale for the regular season here at home for Emporia FC. So we are, again, very excited to have you here with us this evening. Well, Luan, Emporia FC leads at 1-0 at the half. And what have you seen so far out of Emporia FC that you feel maybe gives them the edge going into the second half?
Just, I think just keep doing what they were doing, creating a lot of chances. We had a lot of chances to score. Unfortunately, only one went in, but the game could be 4-0, 5-0. So I think just keep doing what we're doing, controlling the middle really well, defending everything, creating even more chances that we're gonna get more goals.
Absolutely. Well, we've seen Carlos Noboa. He has been an absolute force down low. Unfortunately, has yet to put one in the back of the net, but he's had some quality opportunities. Just hasn't really bounced his way as of yet.
Yeah, no, really deserves one.
Yeah.
It created a lot of chances, even a one-on-one with the keeper. Unfortunately, the keeper was really well,
Yeah.
but definitely deserves one. Multiple, even.
Well, you've got to give credit to KC Legends. I know they're the opposition, but you got to give them a little bit of credit in the fact that they have really stymied Emporia FC when they've gotten up close here against them. And what do you think KC needs to do if they're going to try and break through? Because they've struggled to get through the midfield cleanly,
Struggle.
and they've struggled to keep it in Emporia's zone when they've had it in there.
Maybe just utilize the spaces that they have in the middle a little bit better.
Mhm.
Every time that they got the ball, they're not controlling it that well. It's slipping a little bit, and we have fast guys, so
Yeah.
we're there every single time. So I think just a little bit more technique, and they would be fine.
Big shout out to Yahaira Ibarra bringing us some much needed water relief. As it's not a blazing day out, but it's a little warm, and
Yeah,
you know, you talk
definitely
so
helps.
fast that I talk so quickly that I apparently get a big workout from it. I'm sweating just from talking. That is the sign of a commentator right there. You can break a sweat just by running your mouth. And big shout out to Adrian Sanchez, who's over here snapping all the photos as always. Cheers to Adrian as we
Quality always.
pop the water here real fast. Sorry, you're gonna hear me slurping some water here in just a minute. Don't get a photo of that. That's terrible. He got it. He got the shot. He got the shot. I shouldn't have done it. Shouldn't have done it. At least I wasn't eating food, I guess. As we are set for the start of the second half. Again, Emporia FC is leading. And you can hear it. Wow. Gabe Diaz Serrano, the man on the mic down low. I think they heard him all the way over in Chase County. That dude knows how to get a crowd pumped up as we are again underway here. Emporia FC looking to maintain control as it's really been their game so far here tonight. Emporia FC gets pushed off the ball, now back in control. Back in control was KC for just a moment. Emporia regains possession now. It goes off the foot of Rafa Suarez. Hishad Frites trying to send it up the way. Music able to get it back. Noboa now with it on the right side of the pitch. Sends it up. Music already with one goal in the game in the 15th minute of the first half, and he gets a little bit of a collision. It goes out of play. It'll be a goal kick here, I believe, for KC as it was last touched by Emporia's Music. And now, I mentioned Emporia has been firmly in control throughout this game, and that's a bit of a problem as we shift sides here because now the sunlight going to become a factor for Emporia FC as it's just peeking out through the clouds here, as you can probably see there on the stream. It's a little bit bright, could affect the vision a little bit, but it doesn't seem to be affecting the footwork of Noboa.
Ooh.
There's a reason why we say no better than. An absolute magician with the ball as it's sent back into the box. Frites collects it as it comes out. It's won back by KC. Now sending it back the other way is Deveraldini, and it won't do any good as it's a little too far. Patrick Aludor was going for it, but would have needed his foot to stretch about 30 feet in order to get it back in play. Freitas intercepts the throw in, goes to Aludor, now back to Deberaldini. Deberaldini sends it up to Freitas in the scrum, back to Aludor, who just slips. He's not going to be happy that I mentioned that. Sorry, Patrick. Please don't hurt me. Again, only joking. Patrick, a great guy. Very intense player, the kind of player you want on your side at all times. Now on the corner, KC trying to clear it out of their own zone. Music staying on the ball here, pressuring, and it gets sent out of play right there. Coach Victor Ibarra, fancy footwork by
What
the
a
coach.
touch.
What a guy. That's right, you should applaud. Yes, yes. He's a father, he's a coach, and he's got some fancy feet. You don't see that kind of package everywhere, folks. I guarantee you, though, I'm going to talk to him after the game. He's going to say, yeah, my leg's a little sore after that one. I hope he doesn't hear that. We have fun here. As Noboa gets bodied down again. No whistle. Noboa's still down. Not a good sign there. He hasn't moved. Check on him here in a moment as KC now with their first real opportunity here in the second half. Ferraro trying to get in front of it. Dives for it. Snatches it up. Great job by
Really
David Ferraro. The sunset is very beautiful, as pointed out by our camera operator, Ashley Rios. It's a little distracting, won't lie. I love me a good Kansas sunset. Lived here my whole life, but a little bright. A little bright, folks. Ball gets to midfield. KC intercepts. Miguel Rivera trying to get it back. Pressuring, and it's sent back to Sherry of KC. And Sherry has really been the setup man here for the KC Legends all night long. He's also been probably their strongest defender in their own zone, as we've seen him not be afraid to get in there and body some players when he needs to, Luan.
Definitely. Really solid in the back.
Yeah.
Oh, and some confusion apparently.
That'll happen from time to time. It's been a fast-paced game. I'm surprised we haven't seen more confusion here on more than one occasion. Again, bit of a stoppage here. Officials gathering to talk some things through. Not quite sure what the conversation is exactly, but hopefully they're getting it sorted out here quickly, as Emporia, again, has really been in firm control since the outset of this game, and they seem to be containing the pace again here in the second half, though KC has broken through once or twice. Another whistle, and the Legends didn't like that one. Believe that is Marco Venzio, who's back in after coming out in midway through the first half. He was saying what to the official? His teammates saying, no, just move on. just let it go. Let it go.
Ooh, what a pass. Unfortunately,
pass down
just
the
a
way.
little bit off.
Great pass down the way as Emporia was trying to get it back, and it goes out of play. Again, if you're just tuning in, Emporia FC leads the KC Legends 1-0 in their final home game of the regular season, really final game of the regular season, just ahead of the start of the postseason, as Aludor got bodied to the floor, gets right back up, and this time gets his legs taken out from under him. That should be a card. And the Max Roberts is going off on the official. That's not going to help his case as he gets yellow carded. You hear some of the fans here in the Lions Den saying, don't let him talk to you like that. I have to agree. The official telling him to settle down. And if I'm Roberts, I'm probably going to adhere to that warning because he's already been booked, has the yellow, does not want that to escalate to a red, especially with his team only trailing by 1 and still plenty of time left in this contest.
We wouldn't mind.
Well, we would not, absolutely. That's the great thing about being the voice of a specific team. I don't have to pretend to be impartial. Vamos, Leones.
Vamos.
Vamos, vamos. That's right. I can speak Spanish. Surprises some people. I actually know how to pronounce certain words, but I tell everybody, they're like, how do you do that? I'm like, I grew up in Emporia.
There's so many people that speak Spanish here.
It is a very, very proud Latino community with a lot of Latinos here, and it's great to see, and very well embraced by the entire community. You don't see that everywhere else. It's just another thing that makes Emporia very special. Free kick coming here from Rivera. Sends it towards the goal, and that's an easy stop there for the keeper in Dom Alvarado. Some good passes here by KC as they move it up the way. Long ball now sent in. Ferraro's going to come out to challenge and sends it back the other way.
Really good clearance.
The very light breeze is going to carry that one out of play. So a throw-in coming here for KC, but as Lawan just said, a great clearance there by Ferraro, who I mentioned, he's much like Rafa Suarez. He's not the biggest guy out there, but he is not afraid to get into the fray when he has to. Noboa now into a foot race with Sherry. Sherry will win that race, taking it back the other way. Slide attempt there by Music. And a little bit of a tap there with, I believe that's Candido. Player goes down, and the referee is not even paying any attention. Saying no, not going to give anything there. And now we'll get a stoppage as he appears to be down and hurt. Coming up on the 53rd minute of play, and we have our first real stoppage due to a possible injury. And it's to the KC Legends. As again, the KC Legends trying to tend to their injured player. He pops up, looks to be okay. I believe that is Andrick McGill. And McGill has been quite the force out there for KC tonight. As again, we talked about some of our guys who aren't afraid to get in there and mix it up a little bit. McGill has not been afraid to get into the middle of the fray. And right there, I think it finally just kind of caught up with him a little bit as he took a little bit of a collision, brought him down, and it seems like that's going to be the end of that conversation. It did not lead to a whistle or a foul. I think they just had to make sure that they could clear him out of the way to continue play. So good news there for Emporia as they deemed the collision accidental. Rafa Suarez takes the interception, goes to Noboa near midfield, back to Suarez, back to Noboa now. Noboa, the fancy footwork there. Fritas.
Good pass.
Great pass. Right in the open field to Rafa. Rafa now, another great service up front. A foot race is on, and they try to cross it towards the goal, but nobody there to finish with the extra shot. So another good look there from Emporia FC, stymied a little bit as they just got a little too far ahead of themselves. And normally, when we're talking about Emporia FC getting a little too far ahead of the play, we're talking about Carlos Noboa, and I mean that with all due respect because Noboa is so fast.
He really is.
Sometimes he is too fast. He's about 5 steps ahead of everybody else. But again, it's the kind of guy you want right there, trying to shake off the defenders, the fast movements there of Noboa, as Aludor has a beat on the ball, but it's scooped up again by the keeper in Alvarado. Alvarado will put it back into play. Max Roberts sends it up to the feet of Hiob Sifkis. And to anybody who might be watching for the KC Legends, if I did butcher any of those names, I sincerely apologize. I got them literally 5 seconds before we went on the air. So
yeah.
I will again.
Not a lot that we can do.
Yeah, hey, I'm doing the best I can, but I do want to give credit to the KC Legends. Thank you for getting us a full roster here with the numbers. Definitely makes it a little bit more interesting. We're glad that we can still give your players a little bit of love here on the air. As another collision there on the far side of the pitch. Ball sent in. Almeida has a shot, and he scores! Alex Almeida! Good job, Gabe Diaz-Serrano again with the long goal. The celebration there for Almeida and Noboa.
Scored by number 21, Alex Almeida.
In the dying seconds of the 55th minute of play, Almeida makes it 2-0 Emporia FC. And it's looking like Emporia is going to safely coast into the postseason with a 6-game unbeaten streak if they can keep up this pressure. Again, Emporia has been the aggressors all night long offensively. KC has really not been able to muster much offensively. They've got it into the zone a few times, had a couple of looks, but haven't been able to do anything with it. As we are set again to kick things back off. KC trying to get an answer and an equalizer as Noboa pokes it free, and Noboa has been looking for a goal all night. Couple little shoulder checks there
So
between
strong.
him. Maintains possession, but eventually fires it out of play, and my goodness, Carlos Noboa.
Made in a lab. Again.
Made in a lab, yes. Again, he cannot be human. Noboa, little skip pass there. Fired towards the goal, off the body of a KC legend, and good news, Leones fans, that is going to award us with a corner.
Now subbing in for the Kansas City Legend.
Another
number 12,
substitution.
Gabe Bustamante.
Gabe Bustamante for the Legends comes in, and boy, it has been a lot of substitutions so far.
I think that's
for
the
the
third
Legends.
one, fourth one.
That would be the fourth, yeah, if my memory serves me correctly. They had 3, I believe, in the first half. That's the first of the second half. Fourth overall, as we are over 58 minutes played here. Emporia FC again up 2-0 over the KC Legends. Rafa Suarez in the corner, ready to send it in. See what he chooses to do here. Good cross into the goal. Oh, what a kick!
Ooh.
Right off the face of a legend.
Richard with the bicycle kick.
He shot Frites. That wasn't a bicycle kick. That was a BMX kick right there. He shot Frites, just fired that one.
He's another one that's definitely made in a lab. Did you see his picture from last game?
Oh, yes.
Going up for a header.
Yes.
He jumps almost as high as goalkeepers do. And
Oh,
that's
man.
ridiculous. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Frites, I've heard Coach Vicky Barra call him an all-around player.
He really is.
And it doesn't matter what sport you play. When you hear the term all-around, you know what that means. It means he can do anything you need him to do. And I'll tell you right now, Hishard is the guy that is willing to do whatever needs to be done. He's not afraid to go out there, put the body on the line. He is definitely not afraid to take a shot when he has to. And more importantly, he's not afraid to give it up so his teammates can score if the chance is there. He's a
Definitely
very selfless player.
Really well.
Can't say enough good things about Hishard Frites. As Rafa Suarez sets up for another corner, this time from the opposite side. Good service in, but a little too high. Header goes off of Emporia FC. Patrick Aludor, a little bit of a bump.
Keep playing.
Sends McGill down. Play still going, and another shot goes through the crossbar of the uprights here on the football field of Emporia High, but it's not going to go in the goal. Again, I doing a few jobs here tonight. Can't really keep track of the shots on goal, but I got to imagine we are well over double figures at this point, as Emporia FC has just had so many great opportunities, and they've been relentless offensively. KC sends it back the opposite way. Got a break on the ball here. That is Max Roberts. Roberts tries to switch it to the opposite side, headed away by Emporia FC. That's Candido. Gets headed back towards the goal. Easy scoop up there for David Ferraro.
And that's one of the reasons that Legends is really struggling today, because they were trying a lot of long balls, and Caio and Felipe, they're amazing at headers. So they're not getting through at all.
Well, and Caio and Felipe, I would argue, have some of the best pitch awareness of anybody out there.
That's for sure.
Frites sends it towards the boundary line. Noboa now trying to get around the defender, pushing and shoving a little bit. He goes down to a knee. No foul will be called either way, as Music now getting in on the action. Ball heading back towards the KC goal. They'll send it back on their own before the clearance. Great header by Rafa. You can't quite hear it through our headsets here, but David Ferraro, we could hear him all the way in the corner there, just encouraging his teammates. That's a team player right there. As another break on the ball, this time it's Almeida again. Almeida can't get it through, and Little frustration shown there,
Mhm.
and apparently there is a canine out here who is just as frustrated, letting it be heard. That's right. When you take away an opportunity for Alex Almeida, dogs get mad. Just want to remind everybody of that. Don't make your dogs mad, folks. Let Almeida score. That's another T-shirt right there. Good defense there by Rafa Suarez. Keeps it
By
out
the
of
end of
play.
this game, we're gonna have like 5 merchandises
I hope so.
to sell.
I hope so.
5 new shirts.
5 new shirts. Hey, absolutely. We're going to make it happen. We're just going to get a picture of you. Again, I'm going to stick to the no Nascimento. I'm going to make that your brand.
No.
We're going to get a shirt. It's going to be you doing the old finger wag, just going, no. We've got a man down here for Emporia FC. Believe that's music, and it is, as they're calling out for the trainer, I believe. Looks like we're going to get 2 more substitutions from KC and a substitution for Emporia FC. Be the first one for the Black Lions so far tonight as we are approaching the 63rd minute of play. As Music looks like he's going to come
Exhausted.
off. Yeah. Music has played some incredibly valuable minutes here.
Mhm.
Now subbing in
More than half of this matchup.
number 13, Henry Munoz.
Henry Munoz coming in to relieve Alexa Music. As Munoz, another guy with a well of talent and also just one of the nicest human beings you'll ever get the chance to talk to. If you ever get the opportunity to meet him, please say hello to him. He is just a sweetheart of an individual, which is, I'm sure, what Coach Victor Ibarra wants me to say when he wants his guys to go out there and scare the opposition. But, it is what it is. I call them like
They're
I see them.
sweethearts to us.
They're sweethearts to us, yes. But if you're
That's
wearing
what
another,
matters.
if you're wearing another team's jersey, grr, he's coming after you. Throw in there from McGill, headed away by FC. Cleared out by Miguel Rivera. Or sorry, that's Alex Almeida. The throw in coming from Max Roberts. Roberts, of course, with the yellow card earlier here in the second half. Vimy Bortolotti and David Hernandez subbing in for the KC Legends. At least they will, and I think they get the attention of the people they're coming in for us.
The teammates.
Yeah, I think I think that Camilo Sandoval was trying to get their attention as Sandoval's coming off. See who follows him to the bench. Sandoval, another player who's been out there for pretty much the entirety. Can hear some of our younger fans down there. Oh, I think she's listening to us. That's awesome. You push the baby in the stroller and you listen to Emporia FC Soccer. No better combination right there, folks. We are the official #1 best broadcast for moms pushing strollers. There we go. We're leading the category, folks. I can call it a career. I've made it. As a little stoppage in play there yet again. We are over the 65-minute mark of this contest. 2-0 is the lead for Emporia FC. And David Ferraro, again, hasn't had to face a lot of challenges thus far. Give a lot of credit to the men up front and in the back there. His defenders have been doing a great job of clearing a lot of the garbage out of the way. But when he has had to step up, he stepped up in a big way.
Those 2 big clearances that he had,
Yeah.
those help a lot.
Free kick awarded to the KC Legends. They're going to try and, I got to imagine, put this one right on goal. And they will. Cross it around, fires it, and it just goes wide right. Got to think that just clipped the top of the foot. Didn't get it right on the toe like he was wanting, but I'll defer to my color analyst in Luan Nascimento on that one. What did you see on that kick?
That looked like he was gonna shoot straight to the goal, but ooh, what a dribble by Felipe. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
A lot of quality coming out playing. That's one of the biggest qualities of our team. Our backline is crazy good at defending, but it's also as good as coming out playing.
Oh, yeah.
Caio and Felipe, they can play in the midfield. and it's just a really good combination.
Almeida gets the pass from Noboa as they push it back into the KC zone. Shot towards the
Ooh.
goal, and that one's just a little too strong. Good stop there by Yahaira Ibarra on the track. The entire Ibarra family getting in on it here tonight. Vic had a nice little stop there on the bench, and then Yahaira just showing, yeah, that's right. I got some skills too. Again, just recapping here so far, Emporia FC has put 2 goals in the back of the net. The first one in the 15th minute of play by Alexa Music, assisted by Carlos Noboa Molina, and Alex Almeida in the 55th minute of play, also assisted by Noboa. I'm going to beat this phrase to death, but that's why we say no better than Noboa. Carlos has done a great job of generating opportunities and finding the man to make that extra pass and put it in the back. Noboa,
He looks like he's everywhere today.
it really does. You blink real quick, you're going to miss him. He traveled that ball about 10 yards without even breaking a sweat. Ball dangerously close on the boundary. Official going to play on, as dribbling it there for KC was Martin Figueroa. Figueroa was really tiptoeing along that line. Now over the 68-minute mark of play here. Again, Emporia FC still in firm command. 2-0. 2 big goals in both halves. A desperation
Good
shot
block.
on goal. Great block there in the back by Candido. And Felipe, again, showing he's got some quick feet and even quicker reaction time. One of our younger fans down there on the track being very vocal. We love it. The things you see. Header on goal. Nice stop by Ferraro.
Really secure.
David, shut up, Ashley. David Ferraro. You talk for 69 minutes and tell me how easy it is, all right? David Ferraro, another good save, and I mean, he is just dialed in here tonight. Been doing a great job. Just kidding, Ashley. I love you. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I did mean it, but. Joao Aguiar, the midfielder, checking in for the first time this matchup with just over 69 and a half minutes played now, as I'm looking to my far left and I see Alexa Music with the red penny jersey on there, and he's walking towards the facilities to the left. He came out of the game after just kind of collapsing there. He looked exhausted, so certainly hope he's going to be all right.
Yeah.
Also, coach probably just wanted to give him a little time to rest before we head into the postseason play next week. Out with speed comes Ferraro. Gets into a little bit of a collision, but nobody hurt. Everybody going their separate ways. Over 70 minutes played here. Still a 2-0 lead for Emporia FC. Ferraro searching for another clean sheet here on the season. He's got quite a few, along with the man to my left, Luan Nascimento. In my opinion, no better duo to keep your goal clean. Noboa sends it up the way. Aludor turns on the Jets, stops on a dime, fires another shot. This one again just wide to the left, but Aludor, my goodness, he was probably trailing KC by a good 5 yards, and he caught up without even hesitating.
He's so fast.
Oh, my
It doesn't
goodness.
make sense.
Probably
Having him
another.
and Carlos up front, like, it must be a nightmare for the
You know
other
what?
team.
I'm going to put it out there to Coach Ibarra. What I would love to see after this game, I want to see. Let's put Patrick and Carlos on the goal line on the far side. See who gets to the 50-yard faster, because both of those guys just incredible speed.
We also have to put Richard and João, the right back that just came in, to run to, because they are crazy fast.
Fair enough.
And talking about João a little bit, he's also one of the guys that you don't want to play against. 'Cause
Yeah, no, that is
jeez,
very
he's
fair.
Physical.
Again,
If you
nicest
think
guy you could ever
Patrick
want
is
to meet.
physical, João is like double.
Yeah,
It
Joel's
is-
not just physical. He is intensely physical.
He really is.
I would argue, though, Patrick, he's one of those guys. He's very physical, but I don't think he always means to be. I think he doesn't quite understand his own strength at times, and that gets him into a little bit of trouble.
Yeah. And he's definitely not a mean guy, so he
No,
always goes for like the technical play.
but
But
also,
he's also so strong, so that's when physicality comes in
sure.
play.
But I would also say you're probably not going to find somebody who lives to play as much as Patrick Aludor. He just wants to play. And that's saying something on this team that is full of passionate players.
That's for sure.
Less than 20 minutes remain in regulation of this contest. Again, Emporia FC still leading it 2-0 as another ball caught up in the back of the netting there. This time only took him one try to get it free. Little short kick there. We'll send it that way as our camera operator, Ashley Rios, battling with a bug, I think. Did you win? No, she says. Well, that's unfortunate. Still doing a great job, though. 72 minutes, 45 seconds played in this contest, and Emporia FC has led the entire way. Again, David Ferraro searching for another clean sheet to close out the regular season as Hishad Frites gets the throw in. Some fancy footwork there on the far boundary side. Coming up in the midfield to assist. Kyle Lobo, he sends it down to the corner, but it's just a little too far ahead of Rafa Suarez. So a throw-in coming here for Max Roberts of the KC Legends. He'll actually hand it off to Sherry, I believe, as Rafa nearly intercepts it off his own chest. And the ball again set the opposite way. Been a fast-paced game thus far. Not a lot of stoppages. A lot of action, but the action has really benefited just one team, and that's Emporia FC as Noboa now with an opportunity. Gets past the defenders, tries to fire a shot. It goes off of a defender and out of play. And immediately, Noboa, again, talk about game awareness. He knew exactly who it went off of and immediately headed to the corner. And Rafa Suarez saying, no. I do the crossing here.
That's Patrick.
Is that Patrick?
It is Patrick. Huff is right here.
You are correct. That is Patrick Aludor taking his first corner of the contest. Good service in, and another bicycle attempt there by Hishard. Looks
third
like
time's the charm, right?
Third time's the charm. Let's get another one here. As it looked like Hishard just maybe got his feet tangled a little bit.
Yeah.
Gio Garcilaso, the hero from Tuesday night, as he was the one that roofed the shot that snatched a tie away from the jaws of defeat against Sporting Wichita. Had a great breakaway, got a little bit of a challenge, and he just put it straight over the head of the goalkeeper to keep the unbeaten streak alive. 15 minutes remain in regulation here. Again, Emporia FC still on top 2-0. Ball headed away by KC. It's recovered by Emporia. It goes right off the gut of Max Roberts, who gets tripped up. Got tangled up there with Kyle Lobo.
That was a free kick?
I think they are going to award a free kick right near the boundary. Taking the free kick there will be Martin Figueroa. Official telling Emporia to back out a little bit, give him some room. Little stutter step, sends it right towards the goal, and Ferraro was tracking it, but won't need to do anything with it, as that one was just a little too strong and carried right over the goal. Ferraro now, short kick to the opposite side. It goes to Gio Garcilaso. Gio up to Alex Almeida. Almeida sends it back to Rivera. Rivera going to bring it up towards midfield. Now hands over to Noboa. Noboa back to Rivera. Yes, I know. I didn't roll my R on that one. Sorry.
Rivera.
Rivera. Of course, I almost messed up. I I got my notes mixed up during one of the games at one point, and I thought I accidentally had I, I had Miguel listed as from Brazil. And I remember I kept saying Rivera, 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 remembering that the R is an H.
Mm-hmm.
And then somebody said it's Rivera, and I went, but and they're like,
He's not Brazilian.
he's not Brazilian. I went, well, that's on me. My apologies. It is
Miguel from
Rivera.
Colombia.
What's that?
Colombia.
Ooh.
He's not Brazilian, but we would definitely
Oh
like to
yeah.
claim him because
Oh,
he's
absolutely.
really good.
Well, I know he's not American either, but we are happy to claim him as well.
Yes.
He's done wonders for this team. He's been a great leader out there on the pitch, and also just a very, very calming force, I think, for a lot of you guys. I mean, it seems like when he's out there, you all feel a bit more comfortable.
No, that's for sure. He's a guy that if you're struggling, give him the ball. He's gonna do whatever he needs to. He's really calm having the
He
ball.
instills confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Just like all the other players out there on the field, just can't say enough good things about Miguel Rivera. Great guy, great talent, and a great leader. Ball sent down towards the Emporia FC goal. Another easy scoop up there for the man in net, David Ferraro. Going to have to start calling him Fearless Ferraro after the showing that he had on Tuesday night. Again, took a very hard kick to the lower section. He was down for a while, and he was able to get back up and stay in the game and kept Emporia FC in it. As Almeida now has a great look. He gives it to Alador, left side of the box. My correction, that's Rafa Suarez, who was trying to dribble past the defenders and just couldn't do it. They send it out of play. It'll be a throw in here for the Black Lions. As we're closing in on the 10-minute warning here in this contest, at least in regulation. Frites has it, little stutter step, fires it towards the point of the box. It's cleared back out here by KC Legends, who are looking to try and get on the board. And if they're going to do it, Luwan, you got to think they're going to have to hit the accelerator here in the next few minutes because they have not really had a lot of quality opportunities.
And like we were saying before, they have to change their strategy because those long balls are not going to work while we have Felipe and Caio back there.
It is ironic that they're trying that long ball approach, which is what really worked for Emporia FC on Tuesday. But when you have an approach that works so well, you understand it so well, you know how to defend it very well. And I think that's the case here for Emporia. They were using that same scheme on Tuesday night, and now they're really well prepared for it as opposed to, having to just play their typical tiki-taka style.
Of course.
Well-rounded
If you really
team.
know one style, you can attack with it, you can defend with it, and
Yeah.
It's good to have that much versatility in our team.
Absolutely. As a free kick awarded after the offense by KC Legends. So free kick coming here for Emporia FC. I believe that's Rafa Suarez getting set to take it. Getting a little dark here to see. He's right in the shadows of the lights here in the Lions Den. But yes, I get the confirmation that it is Rafa. See what he tries to do here. He's got a sea of white jerseys down a little bit closer to the goal. See if he tries to press it there or just tries to put it in play anywhere and see what they can do. Might just throw up a prayer. Long shot. That one hits the crossbar of the field goal, and that will be registered as out of play. I mean, come on, ref. That's got to be at least half a point right there. I mean, he hit the crossbar. I mean, dead on. That was impressive. And normally I would say, couldn't do it again if you tried. I'm pretty sure if you give Rafa 10 tries on that, he's going to hit at least 9 of them.
Yeah.
Deadly accurate feet there of Rafa Suarez. Now on the very educated feet of Noboa. Noboa sends it right side. Suarez with it. Puts it towards a goal and just gets popped up. Out of reach. I believe that was Henry Munoz who came in trying to get the last kick on it, and he just slid out from under himself. Great effort there by Henry Munoz. Even better effort there by Rafa Suarez trying to give a quality chance. And the way it's been going, Emporia FC, they've had so many great opportunities. They've just kind of been robbed by fate or, some bad bounces. It's actually very impressive. They're up 2-0 right now, the way things went in the early going. As Ferraro gets it back here, we'll send it the opposite side to the right. As we have less than 9 minutes to play in regulation, Emporia again up 2-0 thanks to two very impressive goals by Alexa Music and Alex Almeida, both assisted by Carlos Noboa. Ball bouncing around there on the far boundary. KC again trying to get set up for some kind of opportunity here. Going from the left side, try to cross it, and there's nobody there. Oof. Max Roberts takes a nasty tumble. I think he was trying to stop there, and that turf turned into ice really quick. He just slid. Alex Almeida trying to get a little fancy with it there, but I don't think he realized he was about 5 feet out of bounds when he did it. Landed and touched out. Ooh!
That one hurt.
Oh, man. You could hear that up here. Oh. Don't think you could pick it up on our headsets, but, man, I felt that. That was Kyle Lobo. Just took a shin to shin. It sounded like what you'd hear in the UFC when someone throws a leg kick. Oh, God.
Those ones are not fun.
It's not fun at all. Again, I've said it before. I've broken many bones before, and I'd rather break a bone than take one in the shin because it's just unbearable pain. You feel like your leg's going to fall off, but it doesn't. And sometimes, depending on how hard you got hit and where you got hit, you kind of wish it would. You think to yourself, oh, yeah, that's got to be less painful than what I'm feeling right now.
Nope.
As Kaio's still down, and Kaio has had a few injuries to the leg here throughout the season. He's had a few knee issues, and, when he gets hit in that leg, you kind of have to hold your breath a little bit because he's been battling that all season long.
Yeah. And Kaio is one of the most important players that we have. We can't risk to lose him, so
Agree
it's
to agree,
really
yeah.
worrying every single time that he goes to the ground like that.
Well, we heard the crack of the legs smacking together, and we heard Kaio yell it out. I mean, that was just not a pretty collision whatsoever. As Ashley Rios taking a mandated water break. Thank you for sharing. Clock still ticking upwards, approaching the 85-minute mark of play. Again, Emporia FC still in the lead 2-0 here. Have not trailed, have not really faced much adversity or threat to their lead. As KC, they've broken through a couple times, but they've just either been too far ahead of themselves or just didn't, I think, let the play fully develop. We've hit the 85-minute mark here in this contest. Emporia FC at least 85 minutes away from securing 3 very important points heading into the postseason. Did I not say 5 minutes?
It's at 85 minutes away.
85 minutes? No, we're 85 minutes into the game. Don't correct me, okay?
Ashley did, not me.
I'm dyslexic, all right? I try my best, all right?
And Carlos again, just, ooh.
You're correct. Little less than 5 minutes now to go. Emporia FC still leading 2-0, trying to build on it. Deborah Aldini fires one, getting the fingertips on it there is the keeper, Dom Alvarado, and another corner opportunity coming for Emporia FC. Looks like Rafa Suarez is going to take this one, and it's a short kick. Ball gets one back by KC, stuck in their own zone, trying to clear it out here. And again, with 4 minutes left to go in regulation, they have got to get going if they want to try and get on the board. That's easier said than done when you look at the back line here for Emporia FC. Miguel Rivera getting in there. Great tackle by the Colombian. Noboa sends it up to Almeida, but it's intercepted by Sherry. Sherry trying to clear it back out. Emporia keeping it in play. That's Deveraldini now trying to fight his way through. Gets sent back now to Garcilaso. Again, Garcilaso was the hero on Tuesday night as Noboa sends that one off the shoulder. And a long ball shot right over the top of the goal.
And that's one thing about Richard. He's always going to try to risk those 30-yard shots, 40-yard shots.
Oh, yeah.
Those are just his favorites.
Well, we've seen him score
Mm-hmm.
from a pretty decent distance. I think it was when we were still over at the university early in the season. I believe he had about a 25-yard shot that it didn't go in, but it was right there. And luckily, Alex Almeida was able to pick up the bones and put it in there. So Hishard makes impossible shots look easy. Noboa now, again, into a foot race, trying to shake off three legends. He gets shoved to the ground. No foul will be whistled. Noboa, that's the first, I think, sign of exhaustion we've maybe seen out of him so far in this contest. He's played all 87 and a half minutes.
But that's fair. That he's being everywhere, too.
Yeah.
Doing everything that we need.
Yeah, you mentioned it earlier, Luwan. He has been just about anywhere you look on the field. I mean, he just kind of materializes there again. Further proof, in my opinion, that he is not human. He was made in a lab, and you will not convince me otherwise. I have a good feeling that at the end of this contest, we'll probably be talking with the man known as Noboa.
Number 28, Miguel Albuquerque.
Miguel Albuquerque, the defender, checking in for the first time in this contest with a little over 2 minutes, or a little less than 2 minutes to go. Ashley Rios trying to tell me what to do. Not going to happen. I will shut this down. But yes, I will applaud him. Yes, absolutely. But not because she told me to, because I want to. Emporia FC trying to push it back up the way. That one's going to roll out of bounds as we have hit just over 89 minutes of play. A little less than 60 seconds remaining in regulation. We'll see how much added time there will be from the official. I believe there was just a little over a minute added in the first half, and based on the fact that the pace hasn't really changed much here in the second half, I can't imagine we're going to see much more time added aside from maybe a few injured players, but nothing that was really detrimental to the time. KC going the opposite direction of where they need to be going. Cleared out there, intercepted by Freitas. Freitas sends it up the boundary line. It's on the feet of Rafa Suarez. Suarez moving with speed into the attacking zone. He's got a good angle. He fired it off the shin of Sherry. Try saying that 5 times fast. Now Emporia trying to get it back at midfield. Kyle Lobo coming in and getting tripped up there was, I believe that's Miguel. Yeah, that is, nope, sorry, that is actually Alex Almeida.
That's Gio.
Nope, sorry, that's Gio.
We have a lot of players.
There's a lot of twos.
Number 29, Jacques Montgomery.
Jacques Montgomery making his first home appearance here in the regular season, at least that I recall. Gotta love a dude named Jacques. Montgomery, the defender. Lobo sends it sky high towards the KC net, and it looks like we're going to get a whistle. Free kick will be awarded here as it is offsides. But looking at the clock here, now at 91 minutes of play, I think it's safe to say Emporia FC is taking a 6-game unbeaten streak into the postseason, and they'll do it with a clean sheet for David Ferraro, as KC, again, just has not really been able to get anything going from an offensive perspective. Again, they've gotten into the zone a few times, but they just haven't been able to capitalize on it as Bartolotti sends it to the left side, and it's again off the shin of an Emporia defender and out of play. 91.5 minutes played now. Still waiting on the official word regarding the stoppage time. No stoppage yet, according to our man on the ground, Gabe Diaz-Serrano. Ball goes over the sea of bodies and out of play, and that will do it. Emporia FC will take a 6-game unbeaten streak into the postseason with a 2-0 victory over the KC Legends to close out the regular season here on their home turf. Boy, that was a great showing by Emporia FC. It was all gas, no brakes from start to finish. KC just really couldn't get out of the starting block, and Emporia, again, even defensively, just an amazing outing here tonight. That is the kind of momentum, Lawan, you want to take into the postseason.
That's for sure. We're setting the standards really high because we want to win everything.
Absolutely.
So going in playoffs like this is amazing.
Absolutely. Well, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and step aside for right now. We are going to come back in just a little bit. We'll have a conversation with some of our victorious Black Lions. Also get some thoughts from head coach Victor Ibarra as his team gets set for postseason play. All that's coming up on our post-game coverage as Emporia FC closes out the regular season with a 2-0 victory over the KC Legends. Stick around. We've got post-game coverage heading your way right here on the official Emporia FC YouTube channel. And we welcome you back into the Lions Den. Again, the final score 2-0. Emporia FC extends its unbeaten streak to 6 games heading into the postseason. A clean sheet for David Ferraro once again here on the season. Another one, we should say, as he had a great showing in goal, but also some stellar play on the back line, but even more stellar play up front as Emporia FC was pressuring from start to finish. Never relinquished control of this game as one of the individuals very instrumental to the success here tonight had assists on both of the goals for Emporia FC. The man that we claim was built in a laboratory because there's no way this guy can be human, but we'll find out that at a later time. What I really want to say first and foremost is, Carlos Noboa, welcome in. Glad to have you here, and congratulations on a very impressive win here tonight.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here. So happy for the win. I think the team did an amazing job. We grew up so much. I think this is now it's a family. That's you can see in the field. We play as a family. So I think we're gonna get good. We're gonna get so far. In the
Yes,
tournament.
absolutely. Well, we'll talk about postseason here in a minute, but really I want to talk about tonight's game. Early on, you guys were pressuring very quickly. You were coming at them from all angles, but the first probably 3 or 4 shots just did not go the way you were hoping. I know you fired a few of those. One, you got stopped by the keeper. The next one hit the post. But you never seemed to get frustrated. You never seemed to get flustered. I mean, you just got right back into the play. How did you keep your focus after that?
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. As a striker, you always wanna score to help the team, but football is like that. You have opportunities. Someone is gonna go in, someone's not. But yeah, like I just wanna try to help the team. Maybe sometimes, some days scoring, some other time is assisting my teammates. So I just wanna play, just wanna help the team, and yeah, I'm just trying to keep focus on the game and do my thing.
Well, you kept focus for sure because you had the 2 assists here. What did you see? Like, what were they giving you defensively that you were able to exploit to set up those opportunities?
Yeah, I think it's a teamwork because it's not only my movement. With Alex, this like duo, they call us duo because the movement he does in the game is so good. So I always try to look at him. Always now Patrick is playing too, and he did like great movements. So I always try to look that space, try to pass a ball through the defenders, and try to assist my teammates.
Well, you certainly did that. I mean, you had 2 great looks on it. And again, very selfless play from you because I think you had a good route. You could have possibly got a shot on there.
Yeah.
You didn't take it. You passed it over. You set up your teammates. Very selfless, very, very, very impressive.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, some of the guys told me you don't have to be a little more selfish because they say if I'm a little more selfish, I will score 2 goals per game. But it's not about me.
Yeah.
It's about the team and it's about this family, this batch here. So we're here to represent Emporia, the city. Victor and his family is doing a great job for us, helping us so much. So we have to pay that in the field.
Carlos, remind me, I don't think you were here last season. Is that correct?
No.
With that, this team goes from 1 win in the whole season now to a berth into the postseason. 3 important points here tonight. We'll have to check the standings later to figure out exactly where you'll be seated, but a really, really great opportunity to make an impressive run here in the postseason. How's it feel to be a part of what's really turned this program around?
Yeah, no, I feel so good. I feel so good, so happy because, as I told you before, this is a family now. We play as a family. We respect each other like brothers. So you run for your teammate here, for your family teammate. So you run for the dreams of your teammate too in the field. So that's our mentality. And I say it to my teammates. We always talk and say like, if someone have to win, if someone wanna win against us in the postseason, they have to kill us because it's not gonna be easy.
Well, maybe a little aggressive, but I get the
on the
point.
field, on the field, they have
On
to
the
go
field, on the field.
of
I
course.
get it. Still not better, but it is what it is. I do like that mentality, though. I mean, it's win or die,
yeah.
and that's something that a lot of people talk about,
Yeah.
but you guys really embody that. First and foremost, again, congratulations on the victory here tonight. We've been saying for the last couple of games, we think we have the perfect the perfect brand for you,
Yeah.
and that is no better than Noboa. And you've certainly proven that with your quick feet, your fast pace. I mean, you've been a great
you.
leader out there. Congratulations on the win here tonight. Enjoy it, and good luck here in the postseason.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
you so much.
Let me say hello to my family in
I was just
Ecuador.
about to ask if you had anything you wanted to say.
I want to say hello to my family in Ecuador. Les quiero enviar un abrazo. Muchas gracias por el apoyo y un beso enorme. Todo esto por ustedes. Los amo mucho. Thank you
Fantastic.
so much.
Carlos, always a pleasure. Thank you so much. Again, congratulations on the win here tonight. That's Carlos Noboa Molina. Again, no better than Noboa. He had 2 assists on the night for both of the goals for Emporia FC, as we are now ready to welcome in one of the scorers here tonight. He's become a bit of a regular here on the headset in our post-game coverage. Again, we are happy to welcome in our good friend Alex Almeida. Alex, congratulations here tonight on the victory. Congratulations on the goal as well. I think the big question is, you got a little button back there. If you want to hit that real fast, it'll make sure we can hear you. There you go. Yep, now we can hear you talking. And
Okay.
Alex, first and foremost, again, congratulations on the goal here tonight. Really, I think, sparked your team there in the second half. You guys were already playing very, very, very well offensively, but it feels like that just gave you guys another little spark of adrenaline.
Yeah, we were doing well offensively. The ball wasn't going in, but
Mhm.
but the important thing is like we create a lot of chances. We
Yep.
know we understand each other. And we create a lot of chances to score. So it's just keep going, and the ball will go into the net.
Yeah. Well, Tuesday night against Sporting Wichita, you guys were struggling a little bit with those short passes. You had to really rely on the long balls. It seemed like your tiki-taka style really was more effective here tonight. Did you guys feel like you were in a better rhythm against this team this evening?
Yeah, it is. When we concentrate and we try to propose our game because that's our game. What you see here, it's our game. We like to have the ball and
Mhm.
everything. The things go better. And last game was a good game, but it was the other team know how to play the ball as well, so
Yeah.
it was a good.
Well, you guys got some big play on the back line there. Felipe Candido, Kyle Lobo, I mean, they came up big a few times, really stopping their offense. When you guys saw that they weren't really having much success on your end of the field and you were able to just kind of have your way with their defenders, did that build a lot of confidence going forward?
Yeah, yeah, because I mean when you miss a chance, you don't like that, but
Sure.
you know that you can create more and more and more and more. You have to
Mhm.
keep trying it all the time.
Do you guys think that do you think it was just the offensive pressure? Or do you guys think you were maybe just a little more well conditioned? Because halfway through that first half, they were looking pretty tired. You guys looked like you could play another 3 games in a row. I mean,
Yeah.
do you think conditioning was a factor?
Yeah, well, I mean, we were already tired.
You
It
didn't
doesn't.
show it.
Yeah, but but because we try to play our game our best
Yeah.
every game. That's our game. To press well together, and have the ball. That's what we like.
You were in your rhythm, and that made a difference.
Yeah.
I like that. Well, Alex, you guys head into the postseason now on a 6-game unbeaten streak, only one tie, but 5 wins over the last couple of weeks. How do you think that's going to propel you into the postseason, and what kind of a confidence boost is that, knowing that nobody's been able to beat you thus far?
Yeah. So right now we are on a good dynamic. So we have to keep going. Now it's the important part of the season, and we hope it's still going that way.
Absolutely. Well, Alex, before we let you go, anything you want to say back to the family?
Ya, abuelo, el gol era para ti. Muchas gracias a mi novia, a mi padre, a mi madre que están siempre ahí apoyándome, a mi abuela también. Muchas gracias a todos.
Fantastic. Alex, congratulations on another great game here
Thank
tonight.
you.
Good luck in the postseason. That is Alex Almeida joining us here on the headset. And now we will welcome in our final Emporia FC player. He had the other goal in the contest in the 15th minute of play, set up by Carlos Noboa. We welcome in Alexa Music. And, well, first and foremost, Alexa, you have a little button here on the back if you want to hit that so we can hear you. Should be able to feel it right back there. Yeah, no worries. There we go. We got you live on here. And first and foremost, congratulations on the win.
Thank you, sir.
Glad to have you joining us here. Did want to quickly ask, we know that you came out there in the second half. Are you doing okay?
Yeah, I'm doing okay, and I got kicked in the by the end of the first half and beginning of the second,
Yeah.
so I got cramp. But after some rest, I'll be good.
Well, we saw you laying there, and we said we're not sure what's wrong, but Luan, I guess, well, he's probably exhausted because, man, you were putting a lot of pressure on that team. You were doing a great job of creating opportunities and getting open. Of course, that goal in the 15th minute came after a lot of shots. What did you guys see that you think you were able to exploit that opened up the net and you were able to get it in the back?
Honestly, sir, I think we just have so much quality in the attack that we can use anything. We can use the size, we can use the middle, whatever they give us, basically. And with the guys up top like Patrick, Alex, Carlos, it's so easy for me to find spaces because they open the space so well.
and at the end we're creating so many chances that we have to finish some. So it's a really good feeling.
I had said to Luan at one point, it's the law of averages. You guys kept firing some great shots on goal. Eventually, it's got to go in, and it sure did right there. It also came after an offside call that found its way into the back of the net. Did that fire you guys up a little bit? Because personally, we didn't think it was maybe the right call, but it's the call that was made. Did that offsides right before you scored, was that a bit of a motivator?
Yes, sir. Obviously, it was because sometimes, obviously, refs have the tough job to do.
That's true.
But personally, I don't think that was offside. But we gotta move on, and we're just hungry. Every game we're hungry. We want to score more. We
Yeah.
want to dominate because I think we have quality to do that. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, how do you feel right now? I mean, you guys are riding an unbeaten 6-game streak into the postseason. Do you feel unbeatable right now?
Honestly, I feel amazing. I think we have a great team. The thing is, we go game by game.
Sure.
Our plan is not like to stay unbeatable. We're thinking about the next game, and then after that game, the next game, and that's how we approach the season from the beginning of the season. So
Yeah.
we try to keep it that way, and thank God that the results are coming by itself.
Sure.
So it's it's nice feeling to be 6 game unbeaten.
Well, we did make a point that back on the pitch here tonight was Miguel Rivera. And Miguel, of course, was out the last game due to a suspension for a red card. But uh, how did having Miguel back out there really maybe help you guys get into a good rhythm? Because it definitely seemed like you guys were a completely different team from Tuesday night to tonight. You were struggling a little bit on Tuesday to get it through the midfield cleanly. Here, you guys were controlling every aspect of the pitch. Did Miguel play a big role in that confidence boost for you guys?
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think the Miguel is one of our most impactful players, and definitely with him on the field, we play so much better. I think tonight everybody did their part,
Yes.
and it showed through the result. It's a shame that we didn't score some more, but ultimately nobody get injured, and we just want to be ready and
Yeah.
try to win the next game.
Absolutely. Well, Alexa, before we let you go, is there anything you'd like to say to your family back home watching and to the fans watching at home?
Yes, sir. Honestly, I just wanna say thank you to all the fans that are following us, that are supporting us. We can feel the support, and we try to play every game better, and we try to give 100% of ourselves. And I think they see that they appreciate that, and we're gonna keep doing that. And to my family back home, I hope they watch the game. I hope they're doing well, and I hope to see them soon.
Absolutely. Alexa,
Yes, sir.
congratulations. Good luck here in the postseason. Can't wait to see what you guys do. But again, congrats on the win here tonight, and congrats on another one in the win column.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. That is El Capitan Alexa Music joining us here on the headset. And with that, we're going to go ahead and bring in the man with the plan, the one who makes the dreams come true. We are going to welcome in head coach Victor Ibarra. As coach, definitely a lot to smile about here tonight. A big win for his team heading into the postseason. As I'll go ahead and just hit the button now so we don't have to worry about you being muted or not. Bring that up just a little bit, Coach. First and foremost, congratulations.
Thank you.
One win last season. You guys are now in the postseason here, guaranteed a spot. Again, we got to see what the rankings will look like after your 3 points here this evening, but you got to be feeling great right now.
Yeah, the idea in the first season was kind of just to kind of feel out the things
Mhm.
and kind of like, I don't know, figure out the pathway and structure of like where we're wanting to go. I really thought second and third year you're really going to start seeing the vision
Yeah.
of what we're trying to do. I tell the guys that especially when we have the ball, we look so composed and of like you can tell from any angle what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
And like we make it look sometimes too easy where we're missing opportunities, but the reality is the opportunities are part of what we're trying to do, and we're executing so well that all we're missing is that final piece at the very end where we just need to execute a little bit better. But like I tell the guys, are moving, sharing the ball really well. Like like Alex had 5 shots, Carlos had 6 shots, Patrick had 6. Like everybody got involved.
I'm glad that you bring that up because I was talking with Luan, which, by the way, thank you. Luan, great addition up here in the booth. Glad to have him up here, so thanks for sparing him. But I think the thing I had said to him a couple times is obviously we were doing a lot, couldn't keep track of the shots on goal, but we said probably halfway through the first, we've got to be in the double figures. And your team, I mean, really just doing a great job offensively of really pressuring them. And early on, some of those shots not going the way you wanted them to. They looked great. They just didn't squeak through. But finally get that one in the 15th minute of play right after an offside call that some people might argue may not have been the right call, but we're biased. We'll admit it. But
Right.
that had to be just a great relief for you guys knowing that you're riding this unbeaten streak. And Tuesday night, it was a bit more of a challenge. You guys struggled a little bit with your typical style, got that long ball going, made a big difference. But you were playing your style, and you finally were able to get it in the back of the net. I mean, that had to be a big sigh of relief on the bench.
Yeah, like you want to make sure you go out there and execute because the pressure starts to make guys a little tight.
Yeah.
And I didn't want the guys to, even though we already had clinched a playoff spot, I wanted to make sure I told the guys is like, hey, we're peaking at the right time, and I want to make sure we continue riding that high into the postseason. So obviously we wanted to execute a little bit better at the final third, but they were playing well, and getting a goal in was really nice. Having Miguel back gave us a lot of comfort in the middle, which allowed us to like be more compact and uniformed when we were defending. I just, I tell the guys whenever we find you can't dominate the whole game.
That's true. Yeah.
Like you have to be able to understand your times and like you have to understand when to go, when to stay back, when to give them empty possession because we can't be pressing
Right.
or go all the time. So with having Miguel back, he gives us that composure and you can definitely tell when he has the ball, he just knows how to ice it. Like that's what we like to call it. Is like he just sits on it and kind of like lets everything kind of move around. So it's like, okay, it's time to go and we can go ahead and like try to go from a very overloaded area into an empty space where we can attack with a bit of uh, drive.
See, I'm glad that you brought up Miguel Rivera because we had said it seemed like on Tuesday night, and again, no disrespect, but it did seem like something was missing a little bit there Tuesday night. It just seemed like things were out of rhythm. Miguel comes back in. I think we found that missing piece. Miguel has always been a pretty solid leader for your team. He's also been a great example for a lot of your guys. Very composed, very talented, like many of your players. But do you think that having him back here tonight, if maybe he was still serving a suspension, maybe it wouldn't have looked the way it did tonight?
Yeah, like Sporting on paper is supposed to be the best team due to points. There's been some funny business going on with that whole point thing. I think if we don't get taking that game away, I think we're battling for first or second.
Yeah.
Obviously, it is what it is. I'm not going to sit here and talk about what could have been or what it is. What it is, and Miguel and Luan. David, I mean, it's so nice to have a second keeper to come in and like basically not miss a beat.
Yeah.
Luan is hands down our starter, and David comes in and plays against one of the top teams in the country, and we concede one goal, and it could be arguably that we miss the majority of the opportunities, even though we didn't look like we normally do, where we're dominant with the ball and very decisive. We still had, I want to say, like 5 opportunities to score, while they had 1 or 2. And so being able to have a guy like Miguel to come back and then David, everybody feel more comfortable with him. It tells you exactly how deep and how comfortable the squad is. And it's so nice to have these guys from all over the world come and play here in Emporia and showcase a style of ball that honestly has been missing, in my opinion, for a long time in the game of football.
Well, first and foremost, agree 100%. You also have a great group of guys. We couldn't stop talking about them on the air. I mean, just incredible human beings. But now you ride a 6-game unbeaten streak into the postseason. Again, congratulations there. Big milestone here for this club. But it doesn't get any easier from here. What does the mindset have to be heading into postseason play starting next week?
I think we had one of the hardest schedules in the conference, and we played CKU twice, and CKU beat Dodge City. We played Sporting Wichita twice. We played them pretty tight at Wichita, and then we played them here. And those are, on paper, the 2 toughest teams.
Sure.
So, like, we just feel like we can beat anybody. Dodge City got all the way to the Nationals last year in the Final Four. Sporting Wichita got to the Final Four the year before that. So I feel like this is one of the best conference in the entire UPSL.
Sure.
And so being able to get points out of those teams and compete and like ride this unbeaten streak that, like, honestly, even though it's nice to hear it, I told the guys, it's like I'd rather win 2-0 and perform well than win 10-0 and just be
all over the place.
Right. Yeah. So I think, like I mentioned, like we don't really care who we play. We're gonna play our style. And it's going to be dominant in terms of possession. You see our back line, they look like they're forwards because they're so comfortable with the ball. Like you don't see a lot of defenders have the ball in the back and
Right.
just be comfortable
Right.
and be able to come out playing. It allows us to do so many things.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, congratulations on the victory here tonight. Great way to head into the postseason. Congratulations on the postseason berth. We'll look forward to seeing what the final seedings will look like here, hopefully by tomorrow. But again, huge congratulations. A massive turnaround from a year ago here at this program. You don't see that quickly very often. I think it speaks to the quality of guys you have and also the quality of coaching. So proud to be a part of it. Thank you for allowing me to come and talk people's ears off for the last several games. Very, very happy that's been able to become a part of this family. It's been a great experience, and I can't wait to hopefully be hosting a playoff game here in the next few days. And vamos Leones.
No, I want to take a second, and
Please do.
I want to piggyback off of you. Um, I have I can't be grateful enough to tell everyone how you've been so supportive. You've been so like you treat it like with a passion that like you they always tell you that you can never assume or you can never get other people to have the same drive as you to do the thing you love. And I've been so motivated by seeing the people that work around us that I'm not gonna miss anybody because yourself with
Thank you.
how supportive you've been of us, the amazing job you do. The guys literally go home and watch the whole game all over again. And you're so excited about what you're seeing. You're learning more about the game. You're learning more about them. Like I can't I if anything, like, I have not given you an easy job because I should be able to give you more information so that way you could even dive in even more. But you do what you can with what you have, and I couldn't be more impressed.
Oh, thank you.
I don't. Okay, I know you work at KVOE, and
Yes,
they're
sir.
so lucky to have you.
Thank you.
And I can't say it enough. Adrian, just a magician with the
Oh, he's
photography.
incredible.
Like I wish people would see all the photos that he comes up because the guys have profiles basically for the rest of their lives
Yes.
because the quality of work he does, the passion he brings, like everything he does is so detailed. Obviously, Yahida handling the game ordeal, Michaela handling gate and logistics in the background. It just Gabe with the
Oh
announcing.
gosh, yeah.
I wish people would actually understand like how good Gabe is.
Well, let me just say this. I've been a public address announcer for about a decade now. I do a lot of different engagements, and I told Gabe after hearing him one time, I said, "You are now my protege. You are going to work with me. You're going to be my backup guy." And I don't do that lightly because I take what I do very seriously, and you can see how much he does too. You
A
talk
hundred
about
percent.
people that embody that passion. You won't find a more passionate person about the things that you care about than Gabe Diaz Serrano. I really do appreciate him and love him. Also, Ashley Rios, who is over here
Yes.
running the camera. She's just such a great spirit, great person to have. And of course, Javen Arndt, who we give a shout out to, who really sets up the production. I got to be Javen for the last couple of games, and I'm going to tell you, he works so hard. And he is like me, he's a perfectionist. So appreciate him as well. And I said this a little bit in the last game, but I didn't get to really hit on it very much. A huge congratulations to Yahida and Gabe on their
Yes.
engagement.
Yes.
For those who didn't tune in last time, we mentioned it briefly, and then we had to get back to the action. But Gabe Diaz Serrano and Yahida Ibarra, they are engaged. I gave Gabe a hard time. I was like, well, it's about time. But no, congratulations to them. The family just getting bigger and bigger and more closer. And
Yes, absolutely.
I just want to say to you, Vic, you called me about 4 months ago and told me what the plan was, and I certainly hope that we have managed to live up to some expectations and only build some expectations for the regular season next season. But hey, we're not done.
No, we're not.
Got postseason play to look forward to, and it's been an absolute pleasure. Have just loved getting to meet these guys. They are just some of the best people. I think I've made friends for a long time now. But with that being said, I also want to add Happy Father's Day to you.
Thank you.
Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. I mentioned earlier, my father-in-law was able to be here for the match tonight. So, Joe, happy Father's Day to you. Of course, my father, Roland Terhune, the second. Thank you for everything that you have done for me. I know I would not be here without you, just instilling a work ethic in me and not always being what I'd say the most comforting, but being that voice in my head.
Being a father.
Yes, being a father and being on me when I needed you to be, and always instilling that passion in me. And of course, my stepfather, Keith. what else can I say? You stepped into a not so easy situation, and you helped raise myself. You helped raise my brother, and you are our father as well. We love you so much. To all the fathers out there, no matter where you're watching from, thank you for what you do. It's sometimes a thankless job, from what I've experienced. Of course, myself not a father, I just see it, But to all the fathers out there, thank you for what you do. God bless you, and happy Father's Day to you. With that being said, the lights are getting a little low out here, so I think it's time to let everybody go home and wrap things up. So we'll call it a night here, but make sure you stay tuned to Emporia FC's social media, as we'll know more about what the postseason is going to look like here very shortly. Of course, we certainly hope we'll be talking to you again very soon here on the Emporia FC YouTube channel. But for the regular season, thank you again for tuning in here for Emporia FC Soccer. I have been Tegan Terhune, the commentary voice of Emporia FC. Can't wait to talk to you all again. Have a great night, and again, happy Father's Day.
Hey, bro.